Hey, boys and girls, it's another interesting time to learn on this amazing platform. My name is Mr. Omo Godwin, and I am so sure you're going to have a wonderful time. We'll have fun today and we'll learn, and it's going to be educative and exciting. Now, listening to this voice, I wanted to brace up. We're going to learn about civic education, and it is what corruption, part two. We did the first time we talk about corruption, we look at the type of corruptions we have. Now we're going to look at causes and controls, how we can control corruption. Boy, brace up, boys and girls. I guess the cops are coming. They're not coming for us, so they're going to get those corrupt guys. So let's get to it, people. Now, what are the causes of corruption? The government really try. I want to look at what causes corruption, what causes corruption in our country, in our homes, and where we have ourselves. It is very important to note here that efforts have been made by government. The government have tried to see how they can minimize corruption through enactment of law and the enforcement of integrity system. But hey, it's only achieved little. The government have put systems in places that could help us curb corruption, but you know what? It has actually not achieved much. We just have achieved little or almost nothing in those regards. So let's see some of the causes of corruption. Number one, it is greed. What do you mean by greed? Greed is an uncontrolled longing for the increase in acquisition or use of material gain, social value, status, and power. When you always want to have again and again, it is uncontrolling. Like this man over here, you have, but you still want more. The Oliver Twist method, or hey, I gotta have it. I just need to have more. I just need to have more. That is greed. Now, the essence of that greed, why people use that, they want material gain. They want people to be noticed in the society, and they want power. Yes, that's why they do it. Number two, another cause of corruption is tribalism. What did I say? Tribalism. And tribalism is a behavior or attitude that shows that I am from one tribe or I belong to this social group. For example, I must just relate with people from my own state. So tribalism is when you're trying to advocate for your tribes and leaving other tribe outside, and that's really bad. It leads to corruption. Another cause of corruption is lack of transparency. Do you know that if you are aware that people see what you do, there are a lot of chances that you behave very well. When you get to the bedroom or toilet, public toilet, and you write something about your teacher that's not good, or you say something bad about your uncle, if you knew that they were seeing you, if you know they were watching you, you will lead to, you will not want to do this, boys. So one of the reasons why we have corruption, because people are not transparent. They are not who they say they are. Sometimes they tell you this is who we are, but hey, because nobody's watching them, nobody's using whatever to look at them, they don't care. So as soon as they're in that office, they just do whatever they want to do. But if you know people are watching you, you will run away from corruption. Also, lack of personal morals. You need to have your morals. This means when people know what good behavior is, but instead of them to do it, they choose to do the bad one. That is lack of moral, personal moral. I mean, you know what is right to do, but in your mind, you just say, I can't analyze myself doing this. I have to do this other bad one. You see yourself doing the bad thing, and that is maybe robbing somebody, getting drunk, or abusing drugs. That is not really good. So, how do we now reduce corruption? And a lot of bodies are working for corruption-free system. A lot. People are putting their best to make sure that corruption is brought to the minimum. Reduce corruption. We can only reduce corruption, boys and girls. To completely wipe corruption, it's going to be an Herculean tax, but I know it is possible. So, but how do we reduce corruption? Let's get to it. Number one, education. Education is like a light that can light up a city that is dark. So, with the help of education, we can reduce corruption. Yes, we can reduce it. That's the word. Those who are uneducated do not know about the process, the provision, or procedures, or how things should be run. So the first place to start from is education. Number two, we need to have direct contact between the government and the governor, the governed. If they ask you now that, hey, you can come and see the governor of your state and tell him whatever you want to tell him. Wow, I bet you have a lot of things you say, you write it down, isn't it? You start talking about the road, talk about the power situation, if you can have access to your government. So, but it is not easy, boys. You don't see your government, you don't see the governor, you can't see the president. There are a lot of protocols to that. So people should have access to the government. And so the people that voted them into power, they can air their mind and tell them things that they don't like. From that feedback, I believe those in power, those in government, would adjust and we have a better country. Yes, number two, how can we control corruption? Those that have erred, those that have done bad, whether they are men or women, boys or girls, I think they should be given stiffer punishments. Yes. Maybe life imprisonment. Oh, somebody say, wow, that's too harsh. Hey, hey. But it's going to stop people from doing the same thing that these guys have done. Stiffer punishment for offenders. Yes. Also, agencies that fight corruption in Nigeria, we need to know them. What are the people that fight corruption in Nigeria? There are some people that have been built to make sure that corruption does not, they are ready and they're going to get guys like these boys. Let's see. Number one, EFCC, and that's the Economic and Financial Crime Commission. Those guys are also there to investigate financial crimes, things that have to do with money fraud, internet scam. They are there. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission. That's EFCC, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. They're in Nigeria. One. We also have NAFDAC, National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control, is also part of it. They ensure that things are run well in the country. Nice one now, boys. So I'm going to evaluate you. Can you tell us the causes of corruption? Can you tell us causes of corruption? All right, can you mention? Yeah. What are the causes? Can you mention 3 of them? Brilliant. Thank you very much for your time. I had a wonderful time. I don't know about you, but I think you do, and we've learned a lot today. And so I'd like to say thank you, and from me to you all, I'm saying bye-bye.